On the other side of this equation, you have the fight that is continuing on the Trump side. And this soundbite that we're going to play is from Rudy Giuliani outlining some of their concerns and their reason for moving forward.
Obviously, he's not going to concede when at least 600,000 ballots are in question. It's not my job to determine if the ballots are right or not. It's their job. But with a mail-in ballot or an absentee ballot, the burden under law is on the party that's proposing it, which is why it has to be inspected.
So let's bring in Chief White House Correspondent John Roberts. John, the latest that you're hearing from the Trump campaign from the White House there.
First of all, just a little color from on the ground here in Washington, D.C. Ever since the announcement was made in the 11 o'clock hour, we have been hearing horns honking as people are driving around the streets of Washington, D.C., up on Black Lives Matter, which is just across Lafayette Park from the White House. We've heard a lot of cheers and celebration. Obviously, a lot of people in this city, which we should point out is a very democratic city, happy about the perceived outcome of this election. Now to where we go from here. I talked to Rudy Giuliani a short time ago, who told me that on Monday they're going to be filing several cases. Most of the cases that they're filing on Monday have to do with inspectors from their side not being allowed to inspect the mail-in ballots as they were being processed. Giuliani told me that in the state of Pennsylvania alone, there's about 135,000 ballots that fall into this category in Philadelphia. More than 300,000 that fall into this category in Pittsburgh. I asked him, I said, though, do you know how many ballots, might be for the president, and how many ballots might be irregular? He had no idea. He said, we've got to get to see the ballots before we can determine that. He insists that there may be enough that are involved here in these cases to overturn the results in Pennsylvania. Again, we don't know. We'll have to find out if he goes to court and gets access to those ballots and then gets a chance to look at them. The RNC, just a little while ago, Republican National Committee, sent out another fundraising email for the Election Defense Fund. So clearly, this is something that from the White House perspective, from the Republican perspective, is far from over, despite what the calls for the election may be, despite the fact that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are coming out tonight to make what clearly will be a victory speech. The Trump campaign, the White House, and the president not in a mood to even begin to entertain conceding this election.